Chairman is not here, so I make use of that.
My comment is like this, because it's just a continuation of what you have been saying. I enjoy being a liaison officer to Comstas in Sudan. That's why now all these presentations are very interesting to me, because I can describe and dispatch things to our proper institutions in Sudan. And so in this case, for example, now I saw something about the prediction and modeling of floods, storms, something like that. We live with it in Sudan. We have so many dust storms. If the model is working in any other country, in other countries, we'll be interested to cooperate in that. Because it seems like a very interesting model for us.
Yes, I think so. The dust storm in Sudan. I was doing mathematical modeling for dust. I'm still working on that, yes. Yeah. No, I think this is really quite fascinating, and I really agree with you. It is a center that, I mean, tomorrow I will come back to this. But if we can, for example, form a network of centers of excellence in climate change, with your center as a hub, but connected to various activities related to climate in various countries. This is, I think, one model. I mean, I'm saying it now because of your presentation, but I think it's a model that we should look at tomorrow. You see, now we were trying to form a network of all these centers, but they are doing different things. But can we create hubs like, for example, this one, and try to look for other centers in other countries of Comstas, and connect them, and then form these type of networking? I think that would be very good, to have thematic networks based on the best that we have within the Comstas centers. I mean, later on, going to give medicinal plants or natural products chemistry. That can be one area. Your area, maybe you can have another area in nuclear sciences, application of nuclear sciences to the environment. Pick these areas, but try to look for other centers that are scattered everywhere, including in Comstas countries. And then try to network them, but that would be a very effective and fruitful network, because it's based on expertise from different centers, but doing the same thing.
So we have.
So we have, for example, this center, which is truly international.
So we have some program for this. For example, we cooperate with GC, Global Change Center in Pakistan, together, and we have a degree program, and we have a forum. We invited.
So you already have one.
Yes. You invited some scientists to join the forum this year.
So what I'm saying is, why don't we have those formally established as Comstas networks? You see, I mean, not just the network of expertise centers, but those, you may call them sub-networks, but focused on a hub and nodes. You will be the hub, and you will be connected to various nodes, but working in the same area, like you. Okay, let's come back to this later on.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
In the beginning, when we selected 10 centers, actually, in the very beginning, when 10 centers were selected, actually they were called as nodes. And nodes mean they have to create a network of each specialty around them. So this was supposed to be, because if we go back and see our document of Centers of Excellence, each center has to play a leading role and to create a network according to its specialty within the concept of the country. So this was supposed to be done as each center supposed to work as a node to create a network around it from the third world countries or member countries. So if, for example, we did that sort of work when we organized sort of programs with ICCS in the very beginning from 1995. I remember Professor was teaching numerical weather prediction workshop from every show, starting from the very beginning. People don't know at that time how to use computer to make a model. So professors guided them to develop a model. There were more than, I think, 10 or 15 countries which were involved. Iran was involved, Egypt was involved. A lot of countries came and they started learning. So I think this is a built-in into our system that each and every center should work as a node where our other member countries should benefit from it. And each center is supposed to play a leading role as a resource center in capacity building, in technology transfer, in all these areas. Thank you.
Okay, well, I think this is it is quite an important observation. But what I'm really saying now is we should not just leave it. Leave it like what we have been doing so far. Just let the centers themselves create these nodes. I think we should have to formalize this somehow. And the most important task that we should do first is to look at the institutions that already exist in various areas that we are going to agree upon tomorrow as additional priority areas, if you like. And I would really like to have climate change as a priority area, very specific priority area. Once we agree on that tomorrow, and maybe other areas that we can think of, maybe we have another area, mathematical sciences. Then we go and look for the centers, the best research and training centers available within the member countries of Comstas, and try to network them around this, what I call hub, so that they can work as a network somehow. And it is very easy to see it for climate change. I can very easily see it in mathematics also, but also in chemistry we can see that. So I think it is what we have done before is to search for the possibility of this type of networking. But maybe you might like, as a coordinating council, to adopt this as a strategy, a new strategy for Comstas. Because some of these centers that we have, if not all of them, each one of them has got expertise and excellence in a specific area. Now, the proposal I'm making is, could we look at that as a hub that can network other institutions with similar expertise in different countries? So it is something that if you agree, we can make it formal tomorrow, but I really don't want to go on discussing it now. I think maybe we should wait until tomorrow until we see whether this is an appropriate thing for us to adopt or not.
I think it's a wonderful proposal, and perhaps overnight we can think about the activities which these network will eventually conduct. Because this is precisely which network will also make people interested in the network.
You want to say something?
I have one small comment to make.
Yeah.
If we are to bring up another network around this hub, how do we formalize relations with them?
But that we have to discuss. But the whole idea is we want to establish an activity, for example, in climate change. Because we feel that climate change is a very important area. And how do we promote climate change in developing countries, especially in the countries of Comstas? This is one possibility, is to have an excellent center like this one we have in China, and try to connect with other institutions or centers, or research groups, or activities, so that they can work as a unit or as a network.
Maybe it will be difficult to find similar centers to this center, but I think if we base it on projects, if we identify projects with the Chinese center and base a network on that center, it will be even more effective like that. To start the networking by projects, identifying project here, project there, project in this way, and start collecting institutions interested in this project from the member countries and work together on that project.
And eventually it will be like that, because even if we identify the project, we have to have a lead institution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And that lead institution should be responsible for the coordination of that.
I think a long-term plan of activity, so the institution remain interested in this network.
Okay, but if it is something that we can think about, as you said, overnight, and then tomorrow we can come back here. Thank you so much once again. We'll be excited. All right, so let's move on to the International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, ICCBS, in Pakistan.
ladies and gentlemen, lady and gentlemen. This is a brief presentation. I won't take ladies. I won't take much of your time, about 10 minutes, and let me give you a brief overview of International Center of Chemical and Biological Sciences. As the name suggests, this is mainly for chemistry and biology, and our strong prediction is that most of the exciting things will eventually happen at the interface of chemistry and biology. It's already happening, but the most important discoveries will eventually be made at the interface. There is a lot of activities going on at the interface of chemistry and biology, and almost the boundaries are blurring. You see so much interaction between chemists and biologists in almost every sphere of scientific endeavors. And the center was established by late Professor Salim Siddiqui, who was also the founding member, fellow of the Federal Academy of Sciences. And if you look into the institution model, it was established in 1966. Again, contribution of a great man. He retired from Pakistan Council of Scientific Industrial Research. At that time, the retirement age in government institution is still 60. He retired from there. He came to University of Karachi had retirement age of 65, so he continued for 5 years in university, and after retiring from there, he established a brand new institute, a small little institute. And then our Professor Darman, who was at Cambridge, UK, came back in 1969, started working with Professor Dr. Salim Siddiqui. Youth and wisdom work together, vision and power, and so-called vigor has really given them an ideal combination of people, a team of people working together to establish this center. This is also a unique center because when I will introduce you to this center, you will really find that there's so many charities and private organizations actually putting a lot of money in this center. Almost all centers in this large conglomerate of centers is actually, they are established through private donation, and government has only supported for operational ground. Back in 1987, it was selected as the International Center for Chemical Sciences, and 2 years ago it was renamed as International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences. You recognize Professor Dr. Abdul Salam and Professor Darman. They were at the ceremony when the new building was constructed back in 1978. 79. This center has the highest productivity. We have published over 3,500 research papers, literally dozens of patents. We have contributed over 100 books on topics like nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy and other fields of chemical and biological sciences. We have an impact factor of 4,000 or over, and we have produced over 330 PhDs. We have fortunate to have very distinguished faculty. Out of 10 most productive scientists in Pakistan, 5 work in one of the centers of ICCBS, which is HEJ Research Institute of Chemistry. A lot of people with BScs, a couple of FRS, and authors and editors of many books. There is a long list of awards and honors which our faculty has received, right from UNESCO Science Prize to FRS and Presidential Awards, ESO Prize, FASB Award, Doctor of Science degrees from different universities. This has many international status. This is the WHO Center, it's the Comstas Center of Excellence, Comstas Library Center, for Islamic Development Bank Prize for Best Science Institution, is the TWAS Center of Excellence, and also United Nations Commission for Sustainable Development. This has been designated as one of the centers of. We have a high-profile program for foreign scientists. We get some 200 visiting scientists every year who are visiting Pakistan. This is the only institution, perhaps in the developing world, where we have a regular program through which German students come every year. 20 German students come for diploma training. They stay with us about 60 to 90 days to go through exam and training in natural chemistry. We have organized very large number of international conferences. We've got many international projects, from research projects from various sources, developing ground. And if you look into the institution setup, it is now has become actually a large center with many centers. So you see each center, each line in this center is basically a separate center established by a separate charity. These are the private donations through which we have established these centers. And let me introduce you to HEJ Research Institute of Chemistry, perhaps the most famous one among our centers, was established in 1967, funded by Hussain Ibrahim Jamal Foundation, a charity in Pakistan specialized in the field of organic and biochemistry, White Center, Comstas Center, and House National Academy of Sciences. This is the building of HEJ. And then we have the Latif Ibrahim Jamal National Science Information Center, one of the largest science information centers in the developing world, connected to 31,000 journals. Comstas 1, we have a very large program as a focal center for video conferencing facilities, literally thousands of digital books, video conferencing facilities, online, and born digital books in general. So this is perhaps one of the largest online database sources in that part of the world. This is one of the building of LEJ. We are actually building another one. This has 380 computers, all connected to super fast internet and 31,000 journals. We have Industrial Analytical Center serving many industries. We have Biotechnology Park. This is working in the field of plant biotechnology, tissue culture, and diagnosis. We have Dr. Panjwani Center, again a charity. This was donated by Dr. Panjwani Memorial Trust through a donation of 112 million. An endowment fund of 63 million was added later on. And this center is working in the field of molecular medicine, genetic engineering, rational drug design, computation, medicine, chemistry. This was established in 2004. And we already have 150 research publications and many patents. This is view of the Money Center. Now we have another building of the center under construction. Now this is a future plan of the center. The government of Pakistan has actually approved our Vision 2020, 15-year vision plan, according to which we are going to add one center every year in SCCPS, one center every year. And for that we have actually developed institution strength and infrastructure. We have got a large piece of land, roads, infrastructure, industrial linkages. Biotechnology Park is going to be added in next 2 years. We have food and nutrition center, bioequivalent center is currently under construction. New PCMD building, national imaging facility, a very large imaging facility in which we'll have all types of microscopes and NMR devices in one center. Center for Nanochemistry is again a donation from Latif Ibrahim Jamal Foundation. They have donated 60 million rupees for the initial establishment of center in the Analytical Center. And you see many centers which will be emerging until 2020. So this is basically a future plan of this center. I want you to, since we'll be presenting tomorrow morning, our project, I want to show you Pakistan is a long country. From one part to the other part is about 2,800 kilometers to the Chinese border. And as you can imagine, right from the coastal areas to deserts, alpine, subalpine, Sino-Japanese climate, we have out of 12 highest mountains in the world, we have 8 in Pakistan. We have third largest snow mass, ice mass in the world after 2 poles. And this is a country which has highest climatic zone. It has, as per the land mass, this country has 8 clear climatic zones which basically support all type of flora. So this is our major strength. We have a large number of medicinal plants. We have collected almost 1/4 of flora of Pakistan. We have libraries of compounds which we have isolated from these plants. So we have a very large library of 3,500 compounds which we have isolated from these medicinal plants. This is the international status, as I said. Copied wrong. Anyway, I'll just show you a few of the discoveries which we have made and patented. This series of compounds, which is under clinical trial, were actually isolated and later on synthesized in our lab, in our institute, which is basically the inhibitors of the urease enzyme, which is very important enzyme as a positive agent, Helicobacter pylori ulcers. You won't be able to see it because this is perhaps the color combination, which is not that good. So you can see this compound was isolated for acetylcholine esterase. This is the most potent anticonvulsant compound ever reported by anyone in the world from a plant. This was part of the success story which we have actually reported. It has been patented, diabetized. This is a common garlic compound, already known, trivial structure. We have discovered that this can do this. Leishmaniasis, 67% treatment of leishmaniasis by garlic extract, having this adjuvant. So a number of interesting discoveries are made, but none of them have transferred into marketplace, unfortunately, as I mentioned in my comments. We have MUs, functional MUs with 22 university institutions in 17 countries. We have funded projects with 15 countries. We have a series of binational workshops, which is a very effective mechanism of bringing scientists together at one forum. We have USA, France, China, Bangladesh, Malaysia, and Egypt this year. We're going to have one workshop with Egypt, Pakistan workshop, and Turkey. These are a series of workshops, binational workshops. We have PhD students from 12 countries. Many of them are supported by class, and we have visitors from all over the world. Collaboration with Comstas Center. We have already signed MOU with the National Research Center of Egypt, Pakistan workshop in data science and technology at the interface of chemistry and biology. It's going to be in Karachi in August 2007. Trilateral research project, which we will present tomorrow morning, will be on sustainable utilization and conservation of medicinal plants of Nile and Indus valleys. We have a number of collaborations which we would like to propose to other centers also by prospecting against diseases from oxidative stress, effective management, documentation, and conservation of medicinal flora, search for medicines against neglected diseases like malaria, and development of nutraceuticals and health food, which can be a major economic gain for countries like ours, and collaboration in biotechnology. We have a number of scholarship programs. From our own limited resources, we have created a small endowment for scholarships. We have 8 scholarships through TWAS ICCBS program for Asia Africa, 6 scholarships through non-allied movement, and this actually support again the member countries of NAM. We have 20 scholarships for European students in which French and Germans are coming, and we provide local hospitality to any collaborating scientists coming from anywhere. So you've already seen pictures of these centers. This is our Thurber Center for Chemical Sciences. You see flags of different countries. This building is actually designed for the students who are coming from different countries. This is LEJ. Our NMR facility is perhaps one of the best in the world, if not the best one. We have 12 superconducting NMR. We have a lot of mass spectrometric facilities. We have a plant biotechnology, tissue culture. We have a small industry of our own. These are some of the literature search facilities. We do conferencing facilities. We transmit from this year 2,000 lectures every year from all over the world. So you see a lot of activities in this one small center, which has grown from a small center to a larger center. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dolby. Any comments or questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let us move on to the National Mathematical Center.
Actually, I've just spent 5 years as Director General, and just about 3 weeks ago, before the President left, he renewed my appointment for another 5 years. I'm sure the Professor Hassan will be glad to hear that. So I'll be there for 5 years. Well, in my former presentation, I mentioned that this was established by a decree during one of the regimes following a visit by Professor Absalam. Then the center was created in 1989. Of course, the major functions of the center to train and develop manpower in mathematical sciences, including the following areas: mathematical statistics, computer science, theoretical physics, mathematical sciences education for Nigeria and African institutions in particular. Other areas to encourage and support activities leading to improvement in the teaching and learning of mathematical sciences, and also to identify and encourage young talent in mathematical sciences. And it's supposed to be a resource center to serve national and international communities as a focal point for advanced research and training in mathematical sciences and applications. The other mandates are the following, which you can see, but of particular interest is Nigeria is supposed to prepare Nigeria for a leading role in mathematical sciences, and also to attract good mathematical sciences for all over the country for the service of Nigeria. Also to rekindle and sustain interest in the mathematical sciences and the applications. Also, this is of great interest because mathematics at the school level is poorly, it's not something very encouraging. So part of our mandate is to work on Nigerian educational system for mathematical sciences. Well, we have also for national development, for our technological and industrial revolution, which Nigeria is hoping to achieve. And different areas are being created to achieve this. We also, by promoting appropriate manpower capacity building, required for the growth process. So we are actually a research and training institute. I want to emphasize that so that we are supposed to build capacity, human capacity, and also do a lot of research. Yes. We, well, these are part of the functions, our vision, which we summarize over this. Yes. Then, of course, this part of our vision also to be involved in scientific research that will contribute to the growth and development of the country and indeed mankind globally. Then we have these areas where we specialize in mathematics, computer science, biological sciences, theoretical physics, and mathematical sciences education. We are also having a very good library, mathematical sciences library. The best so far, I can say, the West Africans of region. We also have about 15 workstations with Linux operating system and some workstations installed for Alice software. We are developing our computer facilities very strongly. Also, these are part of the pictures of our computer laboratory. These are part of the our computer laboratory system as well. Part of the facilities we have in the center for, especially if other networks, if other centers would like to use our facilities, we have things like accommodation, hostel accommodation, and the research village, with some of the challenge. Part of we also have a mathematics laboratory for primary and secondary school, so we allow primary school, secondary school to visit our place. For the year 2006, these are some of the things we have undertaken. Part of the activities we undertook in 2006 some ongoing research work, mathematical modeling, and simulation of marine ecology, collaboration with Nigerian Maritime Authority. There is an authority called Nigerian Maritime Authority. They gave us some funds to carry out to have some mathematical modeling of marine ecology. Also, there is another organization called the Raw Material Research Development Council. We also have a partnership with them to carry out some mathematical modeling of raw materials. Actually, the mathematical modeling of the following problems, ecological problems, both marine and terrestrial, and disaster management. These are part of those things the RFDC asked us to carry out our research in. And what we have done is to endow some scholarships to some universities. Okay. Yes. Well, we're organizing some courses. We are organizing some courses in econometrics, time series, and demography. We are also having new research areas in algebra and analysis. Incidentally, it will be of interest to Professor Hassan also to know that Kuku has just joined us for 3 months, where we want to establish some work on K-theory. And we are gathering some students around him just on K-theory in algebra and analysis. And also we have mathematics education, information and communication technology. Quite a lot of workshops we arrange on this area. Well, our research-oriented course on mathematical analysis include postgraduate courses that we do run, say on differential equations and application to physical and biological problems. We also have foundation postgraduate courses on time series and demography analysis. And as I mentioned earlier, postgraduate research work in mathematics education. We also have an applied and computational mathematics. Well, it is of interest also to take note of e-learning and simulation facilities for biological and biomedical systems. And we had actually some researchers who are working specifically on these areas of computational method in operations research, computational physics in condensed matter physics. We were in Trieste not long ago, and we have agreed that we are going to host a conference with ICTP. I think these are some of the things I want Comstas for us to establish, because when we went to ICTP, we agreed with the physics section that we should hold some seminars, and we are going to host one in November on condensed matter physics. And ICTP, they are making all the arrangements for us. It will be held in Nigeria. They will send in the resource people, and we will get the students in Nigeria and other West African regions, in fact in Africa. We are going to sponsor those students, but the personnel and the people that will come to give the lectures will be arranged by ICTP interested. So this is one of the things that we actually want with Comstas and other centers of excellence, so that we can have some specific, many areas of mathematical modeling that conferences can take place in Nigeria, and both those centers and ourselves will sponsor such. We have just done that with ICTP on condensed matter physics. Well, the center is also in partnership with some selected research with government and private sectors. Why we are highlighting this is that, incidentally, like our new president, you know, we had a new president that came in May 29, and he was a former governor of a state. There are about 36 states in Nigeria. this new president now was a former governor in the state, and we approached him when he was a governor, and he gave us some money to do some mathematics work in the schools in his state. And the experiment was so successful because the schools were doing very badly in mathematics, and when we worked there, it was very successful. Now we are so glad that he's the president, because we are sure that he's going to give us money to carry out more work in the whole country. So we do some research work with government and private sectors, which have been of great help to us. I did mention about the raw material research development. Actually, this is in the Ministry of Science and Technology, the RMDC. So we awarded 2 research grants specifically to 2 people who worked some millions of naira in 2006. And the topics are, they are to research in on mathematical modeling of equipment for processing of raw materials. These 2 scholarships were given to 2 people because we wanted to have some work on this area of mathematical modeling of equipment. And the topics are actually, well, one person is to work on mathematical modeling of all expression for back panel using screw press. So this one aspect where we gave the work to one particular lecturer, a professor, to work on this area with a fund we received from NMC, we call it NMC RMDC collaborative work. Yes, and the second one, the research work is to be on mathematical modeling of essential oil distillation units to lemongrass ginger roots. So this is a very good partnership we have with this other organization in Nigeria to carry out specific work on mathematical modeling of essential oil. The RMDC, they have more money than us. They have a lot of money, and we don't have the money, but they have the money, and it's related to their area. And of course, we can provide expertise in the mathematical modeling, which is of great interest. And these are some of the things I want to have with other research centers or centers of excellence, so that with our own expertise in mathematical modeling, especially in the African region, taking some specific topics and using mathematical modeling. The mathematics program, well, I'm not too enthusiastic about the African Institute of Mathematics. They have a lot of grants, and they are trying to use us as a node for some of the activities, but we have not been able to go on very far ahead with what they are doing. They have money, they got money for the Nepal program, and they are looking for some nodes in other countries, but their system, I mean, has not been so well understood by us. So we are not really collaborating with them, because it is not like a program like Comstas or other organizations. We are looking for a research grant to implement as scientific activities. We are looking, actually, if we can collaborate with some of these research area centers in publishing some of the findings we have, we'll really be very glad. Yes. The under mathematics program, okay, sorry, next one. I did describe our joint higher degree program. I described our joint higher degree program 3 years ago when we were in Pakistan. I'm glad that it has taken off. And we want to be, and please, I want other centers to take note of this. We want to be a hub or a center for financial mathematics. When we went to Italy, I'm glad that the director of the ICTP agreed with us that if Nigeria can be a hub, a center, a real place of excellence in financial mathematics, so they are trying to gather experts from all over the world to come to Nigeria, where we have started a joint degree program in financial mathematics. Apart from our mathematical modeling work in other areas, this joint higher degree program, people will come and get their masters and PhD in financial mathematics, so we can get people from the bank, We can get people from other areas of the economy, but majoring and having especially modern activities in financial mathematics. So we have started that with another university in Nigeria. There were many other areas we wanted to, but we started with this and we approached ICTP. And we would like to approach Comstas in certain areas that we can take. There are other areas I'm going to list, but we have actually started this joint degree program. And I'm glad that it is ICTP interested, that is very, very interested in strengthening this, our financial mathematics. I have written a paper which I gave to the chairman and Comstas headquarters on this area for support for our financial mathematics, because it's going to be, we are hoping that anytime you mention financial mathematics, any place all over the world, you refer to National Mathematical Center because of the program we have there. And we have started the work with ICTP, and we hope we are sending some of our staff in August to ICTP, and some of the staff from different areas will be sponsored by ICTP to Nigeria to come and see the work we have started. While we have a group of students who will get their degree in this area. Of course, we have other areas we want to work in, apart from the financial mathematics, which I did mention, that's mathematics of finance. We have mathematical modeling and simulation engineering system. We use Abu Akat of University, a university in Nigeria. We want to collaborate with them, but we have not started the program. We are having some discussions. And just as we are trying to get ICTP to support us in the financial mathematics, we'll be very glad to have any other areas, any other country that are experts in mathematical modeling and simulation in engineering system. We'll be so glad when this program is started. Then we have other ones which I'd like to present, and in fact this is the high point of area of collaboration that I would like. Mathematical ecology, also with mathematical modeling. Of course, we all know mathematical ecology and what can be done there. Also, communication technology and information theory. All these universities, we have approached them, and they are very glad. But we started with one. We started with that one of financial mathematics, and we are having a partnership somewhere where they have the expertise. Another one is mathematics in biomedicine. We have not started this one yet, but we are hoping that we are going to do quite a lot of works in this area. So we have identified certain areas that we can work on, and we have started with one, and we hope with the experts from ICTP, a lot of work will be done on financial mathematics. But I'm presenting these other ones to our centers of excellence. If any center has an interest, we already, Nigeria is a very big country. I mean, most populous black nation. So we can have many areas. We have the students and we can get the personnel. In fact, the universities in Nigeria now, they are rising up to 80-some universities in Nigeria. So we just pick about 6 universities that we are going to experiment with here. We have mathematics modeling maritime technology, because we've got a fund from a maritime, as I mentioned earlier, to that other organization, yes. Okay, I think I will stop so far with the areas I've mentioned, and those areas where I believe we can collaborate with other institutions which will be of great help to Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Well, I mean, again, most of your activities are really of national interest. But have you any plan to expand your activities so that others from outside Nigeria can benefit from what you are doing? For example, this youth project that you have identified, which is the joint higher education program, is that going to be open or available to mathematicians and others from
Actually, yes. Actually, that's what we have in mind. that other African countries can come in. But we are just starting. So this.
Do you have some students from other countries in Africa?
So far, no. We have only students from Nigeria because we are just starting. But we hope to extend it to other African countries. Yes.
Well, when we talk about Nigeria, talk about half of Africa. Both population wise and also the scientific community.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on now to the next one, which is the National Research Center, Egypt.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'll give you a brief presentation about NRC in general. So we are having 12 labs, space, 10 research buildings, 2 administration buildings, 10 schools, and in-house, greenhouse, 5 expansion stations, and research farm of 350 units worldwide. We are considered to be a multidisciplinary R&D institute. As a major multidisciplinary R&D institute, our mission is to conduct basic and applied research in different fields of science and technology to strengthen the national economy. This to show our organization structure. It's form of a board of directors, one president, and 2 vice presidents for technical affairs and for research, and the heads of 13 divisions, plus 5 experienced members selected in the board based on their personal merit, generally from the private sector. Our organization structure, those are the 13 divisions. For health and environment, we have the environment, the medical, and the human genetic genome. For the industrial research, we have the textile, the pharmaceutical, the food industry, the inorganic chemistry, and the organic chemistry, as well as engineering. And in the agriculture and the marine research and food basic science, the genetic engineering, biotechnology, and physics. Our objectives is to provide the scientific services and consultation to private and sector and all the community, to train the graduates and researchers. We are contributing in the national upgrading of science and the spread of knowledge. Again, we strengthen, we focus about scientific linkage and cooperation with local and international organizations. To implement such objectives, we have established so many structures. First of all, the Research and Development Council, again, the Businessmen and Investors Office, the International Relations Office, the Training Center, and the Monitoring and Evaluation Office. As for the research and development, we are having three types for the projects. They all have to be customer-oriented, address to the national needs. The in-house projects are the one funded by our budgetary governmental budget. The national projects are based on contracts between other companies or investment people and the international project. Those figures, the 18 and 30 and 52, present the budget percentage of all the funds for those projects. The least is the governmental budget, and we are focusing about the conference and the international projects. We are having 3 main strategies in the National Research Center. First of all, the interaction with the production and service sectors. Again, to enhance the advanced basic science research in NRC and to strengthen the international relations. Number one is the interaction with the production and service sector. There are so many measures to make that interaction. First of all, the establishment of businessmen and investors office. That office is the one responsible for the link between the researchers and the end user, whether productive or service sector. Again, we include some key investors in the board of directors and the board of the divisions in NRC. The special service units are giving all the service possible to the community upon our specialties. Again, we focus about that our research points or series, whether for PhD or master degree, has to be oriented. I mean, they have to talk to the end user. The Central Unit for Analysis and Scientific Research is a big unit which gives some accreditation for the new products in the factories in Egypt. The Training and Capabilities Development Unit is a very energetic one. Again, the workshop, the symposium, the conference, and the field visit and studies are all other ways to interact with the production and service sectors. And we organize a yearly exhibition for scientific products in NRC. This is a structure between the NRC and the Egyptian, the Federation of the Egyptian Industry belonging to the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Industry. It's called the Committee of Research, Development and Technology and Transfer, where the NRC provides scientific and technical assistance, consultations, training and testing to members of the Federation of the Egyptian Industry. Again, this is another program in Egypt called the Industrial Modernization R&D Program. It's between the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Industry and again the program for modernization of industry. There has been established a common trust fund between the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research and the Ministry of Trade and Industry. By that fund, they call for proposals and to solve problems of the industry. I mean, the researchers have to submit their projects. As an NRC, we have submitted in 5 areas, divided